Mastering the sparkline function gives you the ability to create 4 different charts within cells inside of Google Sheets, including line charts, column charts, bar charts, and win-loss charts. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how the function works so you can master it too. First, let's look at how to create a line chart. Here, I've got some average temperatures across 6 months, and the goal is to insert a line chart in this merged cell below. To create the chart, you use the sparkline function. The first argument is always the data that you want to chart. So in this case, that's this range here. Now the second argument is where the magic happens. The second argument is made up of name-value pairs that go inside brackets like this, and always remember the brackets. Now, what exactly are name-value pairs? The name is something about the chart that you want to customize. For example, the color. So you type in the name color in quotes. After the name, you add a comma. Then you give a value for that name. The value is what you want the customization to be. So in this case, what do you want the color to be? And all you have to do is add the value in quotes. So you can type in something like green. And if you press enter, you get a green line chart. So the name is what you want to customize. That comes first. And the value is how you want to customize it. So we want to customize the color, and we want the color to be green. Now, understanding these name-value pairs is key to mastering the sparkline function. So let's cover a few more. First of all, how did the sparkline function know that we wanted a line chart? Well, a line chart is the default chart, but this is another thing that you can customize, and you do this using the name chart type, and the possible values are line, bar, column, or win-loss. For example, if you enter column, you get a column chart, and we'll cover the rest of the charts later in the video. For now, let's look at how else you can customize a line chart. So we've customized the color, but what about the line thickness? To customize this, you need another name-value pair, and whenever you have multiple name-value pairs, you separate them with a semicolon. Now, if your location dictates that your function argument separator is a semicolon instead of a comma like it is here for me in the US, then you will actually separate your name-value pairs with the backslash instead of a semicolon. Just something to note. Anyway, to customize the line thickness, use the name line width. Add a comma, and for the value, let's enter a 3 since the default is 1. Now, anytime you enter a number, it does not go in quotes, so no quotes around the 3. You can also enter a function for the value as well, and if you do, the function does not go in quotes either. So if it's a number or a function, no quotes, otherwise the value goes in quotes. With that in mind, there are 2 other line chart customizations that I want to show you. First, the Y minimum. You'll notice that the smallest value in our dataset is the very bottom of this line chart. But what if you wanted the bottom to represent 0 or something else? You can customize this using ymin, and you just set the value to what you want. Okay, what about the top of the chart? By default, it's the largest value in the dataset. So to change it, use the name ymax and set the value to whatever you want. And those are the important name-value pairs for a line chart. Let's move on to the column chart next. Here we have a few sales numbers by category. Perfect for a column chart. To create a column chart, enter the sparkline function, and always for the first argument, select the data. Then for the second argument, the first name-value pair that we need is chart type, and let's make it column to give us a column chart. Awesome. What about the color? Just like the line chart, the name is color, and you can enter whatever color you want. You can also enter hex codes as well to get a very specific color, which is nice to know. Aside from the chart type and the color, the 2 other customizations that you want to know are the ymin and ymax. The ymin determines the bottom of the chart, which you always want to set to 0 if you're working with column charts. And the Y max determines the upper limit of the chart, so you can make this a little larger than the greatest value to add a little extra space on top. Awesome. Now let's look at creating a bar chart. This is what I use the sparkline function for the most, and typically you only use it to chart one or two values at a time. In this example, we have a percent complete and not complete. Let's start by only charting the percent complete. Enter the sparkline function and select the cell with data. Then, for the second argument, add the brackets and enter chart type, and then bar. This gives you a bar that fills up the entire cell, which is usually not what you want. To fix this, you need to set the max. So enter another name called max, and let's set the value to 1, which also means 100%. The max sets the top end of the cell. It naturally starts at 0 and goes to the max, which we've set to 1 or 100%. If you don't set the max, it defaults to the total of all data points that you're plotting. For example, let's get rid of the max, then change the data selection to both percentages. When you have a bar chart, the function adds up the data points and makes that the total length of the cell that you're plotting, unless you set the max to something else. Now, what about the color? Here we have two bars. To change the color of the first one, or if you just have one bar to work with, use the name color1 and set the color to whatever you want. To change the color of the second one, use the name color2 and set the color. Okie dokie, let's finish up by looking at the last chart, a win-loss chart. This one I hardly ever use, so I'm only going to cover a few customizations here. First, what is a win-loss chart? All it does is show you a bar on top of the middle of the cell if the number is positive, and a bar below if it's negative. And if a data point is 0, you get no bar. To create the chart itself, you need to set the chart type to win-loss, and you can change the negative bar color by using the name neg_color. Now, of course, there are a handful of other name value pairs that you can explore for this chart, as well as the other charts that I showed you earlier, and you can learn more about these name value pairs by going to Help, Function List, type in sparkline, click Learn More, and you'll find every name value pair listed here. But for about 95% of instances, everything that I showed you in this video will be more than enough to design the chart that you want. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, and watch this video next to see the sparkline chart in a super fun and practical build. I've also linked the sample file that I used in the video in the description, so you can check it out if you'd like to see it.